Greetings and blessings to butterflies. How y'all doing again today? This is staying positive. It's not like I don't know what you're here for. All the cards have been staged and everything. I'm doing good. Doing real good. No complaints. Now remember everyone, my shuffle might be a little loud, so if you got headphones in or whatever, mute your phones or yeah, that. Some dicks are louder than others. Some red cards. Love reading and some love messages and please. You might be being a bit difficult somewhere and having a little bit of a difficult time shuffling. First, we have apology, forgiveness, return, sorry. Then we have depth, awareness, importance, value. And after that, we have divine masculine, yang, masculine energy. Yeah, I'm having some difficulties here. Yeah. Okay. So intuitively, I'm getting that you're expecting or wanting an apology. You are aware of some things that's going to affect your importance and your value. Um, these things are the light has been shown on them. They have been illuminated. They're bright because of the candle that you can see there in the lights there in the background. And as you can see, it has something to do with someone you consider a divine masculine. Now, the apology, on the other hand, could be an apology that you have to give to someone because you have become aware of their importance, how much you value them. It could be that way as well. It's either you're expecting or you should be giving an apology. And on the bottom of the deck, Can't make it up. It's realization. Like I said, something, epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. So something has come into your awareness, something that's important to you, something that you value. And it's something that hurts because it's with the apology, forgiveness, return, and sorry card, it's something that hurts on an emotional level, whoever this divine masculine is. It's either hurting you to hold back and forgive yourself for not recognizing their importance or their value, or it's either someone is coming in and they're wanting to make an apology because they haven't recognized your importance and value. Um, let's do a vibe. What's the vibe with this situation here? What is the vibe of this situation? You're not expecting an apology from him? Well, do you feel like you need to forgive yourself for not being aware of your own importance or his importance in your life? I only keep saying him because I see masculine energy. That could be it too. It could be that you need to forgive yourself for not making yourself important enough and putting this masculine on a pedestal. That's that's the way it is. Is that resonating better? Okay. Yeah, it's time to, like we was talking about earlier, it's time to give yourself all those positive things that you attribute to somebody else. It's time for you to feel those things about yourself because you deserve everything that you're giving to somebody else. If you've been holding all of that back, yeah, you definitely need to forgive yourself. Return that love back to yourself. Say, self, I am sorry that I was not aware of your importance and your values and put him before you. That's what you got to do. He stalks and makes it done who he does. It's time to set a boundary then, baby. We can't keep, putting this stuff off on other people, because we are the ones that value us. We are the ones who's supposed to hold, we're supposed to be, what I'm saying, owner, CEO, value customer, what I'm saying? We're supposed to be all of that. Because you are the enterprise, you are the company. So nobody else's anything is supposed to matter or be above you. So no matter what somebody else is doing, your values, your boundaries are supposed to be the biggest value that you hold, in spite of what somebody else does. Because eventually they'll get the picture. If you stick to your boundaries, if you stand 10 toes, they'll eventually get the picture. I got shattered. I'm sorry, baby. Broken, failures, nightmare. Seems to me the situation um is taking a toll on you. It's been on your mind for a while. And I say it's time to release it. Do something about this. This ain't cool. And you have to forgive yourself for this too, for the brokenness that you felt. That's the reason why you was overgiven. Living in the past, replaying those old nightmares. feeling like a failure. That's when you overgave. That's when you overgave to the masculine. We got to heal these feelings and step into the depth. Be aware of how important you are. Be aware of how valuable you are. Shine your light. Don't keep holding it back, waiting on somebody else to get the picture. You are the picture. Picture looks pretty good to me. So be the perfect picture for yourself, not nobody else. I want to give you a goddess card. Someone to empower you. I want to give you something powerful, to walk away with, to carry with you for the rest of the day as you continue. Because I'm listening to you. I'm reading everything you're saying. You're focusing on your work and yourself. You're letting me know that you are doing the work. So I want you to continue to do the work. I want you to continue to focus on your work, continue to focus on yourself, continue to heal from all of it. Continue to heal from the parts of you that allowed you to go through this. And we got naked. The number 30, the mermaid. She's pretty. She could be a better. She's pretty. All of the deep purples and violets. And it's just a beautiful color. Her name is Mami Wata. Mami Wata. She is beautiful. Mami Wata. She's the goddess of the temple of Griot and the element of water. Mami Wata and her sisters live in the Ipokba River in Benin City, Nigeria. But the ancient mermaid goddess is her own global champion. Mami Wata influences emotion and gifts her followers with clairvoyance and healing power. Hide no more. The emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. I totally agree with this. This part now, butterfly, I totally agree with this. I'm gonna read that part again. Hide no more. Your emotional nakedness, the emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. Being emotionally naked means being vulnerable enough for the real you to shine through. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Practice being transparent. Start with the people closest to you and say, I haven't been showing the whole me, but I am starting today. Have the courage to feel and express your feelings without people pleasing. Speak your truth. Share your story, butterfly. Cultivate an appreciation for vulnerability in others. Become so goddamn comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and making others uncomfortable. This goddess's declaration is I have the courage to be vulnerable. Accept that energy, channel that energy, manifest on that energy, meditate with that energy. Baby. It's a rite of passage. It's yours to be vulnerable, to be able to own every bit of you. It is power. Because I always say, in the authentic you, that true you, is where you begin to create the reality that you deserve, the one you seek, the one you desire, deep in your heart. Holding back, closing off, shutting down, all of that keeps you from being able to have those things. It keeps you strongly separated from it. And why would you want to be separated from the things that you want, the things you truly, truly desire? I got a spirit message for you too. Let me get it. Shuffle. I'm trying to transform my butterfly. Yeah, because you could become stagnant. You know what I'm saying, in hermit mode. You can stay there. You know what I'm saying, looking so far within, so much within that you become, a stranger to everything else outside of you. Then it's like, you know what I'm saying. To me, that's like, having a spiritual ego. When you feel like, what I'm saying, you got to seek all of your answers within you, and nothing else outside of you, is going to be able to help. We can't do that. No, you're right. That was a very good step to take. Huh? You cannot make this up. I swear, you cannot. Man, I'm so tapped in. You cannot make this up. Boundaries. Didn't I just say you have to set them boundaries, baby? Spirit just affirmed what I said to you. You heard me set them cards. I know you did. Let me read it. Boundaries. I am worthy and deserving of setting and maintaining the boundaries that serve me. The angels want you to remember, if you keep prioritizing the need of others and ignoring your own, then things might fall apart for once. Love yourself and do things that please you no matter what others say. They don't have to like your boundaries, baby. The cars have called for 'em, and spirit have called for them, baby. Ain't nobody got to like the boundaries but you. And I posted a post on my page a few weeks ago about boundaries. Sometimes, because we care about people so much, because we're so attached to them, because we have memories with them, we feel guilty when we have to set those boundaries. But that's just how far away from your true essence, from your true self you are. That's just how much you were trained to believe that you have to be so open and giving to people to be loved. That's where that guilt comes from when you ready to set boundaries. These boundaries ain't for them, it's for you. And these boundaries gonna be hard to set because of the things I just named, because you got time with them, memory with them, care about them. You don't want to be mean. You want to come off cold. You want to continue to give love and be welcoming. So these boundaries not gonna be easy to set. That's usually how you overgive. You overgive and don't expect anything in return. But that's unbalanced. That's not the way to be. You can't be keep giving and you don't get nothing in return. That's craziness. You can't do that no more. Truly got to put out what we've been. We just truly got to wait and receive what we've given back. When you put up boundaries, you are in receiving mode. You are in receiving mode. You telling everybody who crossed them boundaries, I'm not making a move and I'm not moving this barrier until I feel like I've received something that feels better to me. As you should. The focus should be on you. Because wherever place you were not enacting these boundaries, that you were overgiven, that you wasn't taking into account your true value, wherever those places are, it was stopping you from elevating. It was stopping you from really getting to where you need to be. That's right. It's something very important. It's something that should be on your high on your value list. Happiness and peace. You already got love in your heart. So it's time to aim for some happiness and peace to go along with that love in your heart. This is your metamorphosis. You have the opportunity to change your life right here, right now, starting today. You have the opportunity to change it. That's right. But see, we're not going to depend on the girls to be there for us forever. So that's where we're going to heal so we can have our hearts open for, other things, for new connections. Because those connections are going to have to go off, one day and live their own lives. And so that's when we're doing healing, now, so we can have open heart to welcome in those connections. We don't want to be stuck and limited to just receiving love from what I'm saying, from our children. We don't want that either. So that's when we got to do the work. I'm not the hardest worker, what I'm saying, but I'm dedicated. I'm a dedicated one. I like the work now. I respect the work. It be hard, but I respect it because I have an understanding now of what the stuff that's happening is meant to do for me. So it makes me want to do the work. It gives me that willingness. I've been open because before I interact with new people. Well, how are you? I mean, how are you supposed to meet anybody if you don't interact with new people? I know you don't. I mean, you don't just want people from the past, do we? Are you stuck on somebody from the past? Maybe I should ask that. Is there somebody from the past you're holding out for? Because you should be open to interacting and meeting new people. You ain't going wrong there. Also, no old flame that you're holding out for. You ain't still got no, thump, thump, thump in your heart for nobody. No, thump, 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 thump. Ain't nobody making their heart pitter patter. Well, the card says somebody making your heart pitter patter. I say that. Maybe they ain't nobody from the past, but somebody making your heart pitter patter. That's what the cards say. It ain't me saying it. If the card's saying that, gee, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Gee, I didn't say that. I know you said you're not stuck on anywhere, but I didn't say that. The card said that now. The cards. Look at the cards. They said that. Don't put that on me. I ain't saying it. So something going on, baby. Something's going on, and you can't tell me it ain't because I'm too tapped in. I mean, ugh, I know I ain't tripping. When I be reading these cards, I be reading these cards. It said somebody got you, you know what I'm saying, feeling a little feeling away. Okay, fair enough. Now, no one from the past. Somebody got you feeling a little way. Somebody, and I guess it was that someone that you feel like you gave too much to. Yeah, but what you know, with the goddess out here, I really feel like the person is you because you are, she's in the water, so that means the emotions are flowing, and she's relaxing in them emotions, baby. She's like she's gonna lay back in them, arm up. She's relaxing in emotions. But look at the snake. See there? Shedding something wild, unchanged. Okay, then. Yeah, I would suggest continuing to go to the beach and heal. Look at the seashell in the background. Oh, confirmation. Confirmation. Yeah, I would suggest continuing to connect, you know what I'm saying, with the water, with the land, and creatures, any type of animal life. I would also suggest, checking out your moon cycles and, planetary alignments. If you or your birth chart to kind of gauge where you are on this journey, you might can give you some more insight. Wow, the snake is, wrapped around her, but its head is at her head. Hmm. I guess that would be shedding of old beliefs or, yeah, ways of being. Hmm. Oh, you can change the way you are. So have I. I've met some beautiful people too. It's been a good year so far. Other than, there's been a few things, that's happened. But in terms of, changing my life, it's definitely been there doing that. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could look at that as gaining wisdom with the snake head, being her head. Some wisdom that is full body. It encompasses the whole, you as a whole. Hmm. Ooh, around her throat chakra as well. It's time to speak up, baby. I don't know if you can see that around her. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, you can see it. You see it around her throat? She make it wrapped around her throat. Well, it's meeting up in her head. It's like it's around roots. Like I said, full body. Full body. She is gorgeous. Yes, it is. Oh, mommy Wata. Naked. It's time to expose yourself, baby. It's time to expose the real you. No more hiding. No more, you know what I'm saying? Keeping yourself in a bubble. Hiding that light of yours. Time to step into that depth. You're letting go of this old shattered spirit, these nightmares and failures that you know you're experiencing, dealing with people who don't value you, who don't see your importance. This is what we're going. This is what you do, D. This is what you do, D. Put it in here. Put it in there. Right now. Put it in there. Put it in. Put it in there. This is what we're gonna do, D. All that I want you to imagine you put all that mess in the trash. Throw it all away. Because you don't need it no more. It was yours to carry this long. Man, time for it to go. In the trash it go. Anybody got time for that? We ain't doing none of that. In the trash. We don't play like this. Holding on to that mess. I love my little trash can. Hey to whoever is in the background. You could speak. I don't bite. I give you a reading too. You're welcome to one. No judgment. Only offering healing and love. But if you just want to hang around in the back and just watch, hey, that's okay too. I ain't gonna judge that either. How'd you like the reading, Anna? Hey, April Moonlight, how are you? Oh no, you're not late. Of course not. You're right on time. I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm doing wonderful. Yes, indeed. 7-7. Look, it's on our side, babies. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad it was. I can believe it. I can believe it. That's exactly the type of people I'm looking for. Sweet people who are ready to transform and heal. Our baby is she's a very supportive butterfly, but we need her to tone some of the support down a little bit. We don't need her to keep over giving. We need to get her out of some of these, shattered feelings and, forgive herself. Yes, yes, definitely need more of us. There'll never be enough of us. Of course you can. Yes, ma'am, you sure can. Thank you. I worked on it myself. I tried to get something other than plain white background that I had up there first. Excuse me out again for the shuffling. Where we're going to get you some cards from the What's the Vibe deck so we can find out the general vibe of things for you. You're absolutely right. One person a day is all it takes. And like your energy is so free flowing. Look at that. Nurturing. And I just say the free flowing just feels so good. We have time, which is about delays and procrastination. Nurturing is about mentorship, wisdom, and giving back. And then we have soulmate, twin flame, friendship, or romantic partner. Hmm. Um, are you feeling like some act of service that you're giving yourself, or you know that you're indulging in is causing delays or procrastination, or it's making you too busy to engage with your soulmate, or do you feel like the other way around that that's him not engaging and procrastinating, being too busy to work on the soulmate connection? My 25 acts of service. It's like what you do for anything that you do towards work, community, anything like that. Who is your soulmate? Now let's see. I have no idea, my dear. Let's just see if we can get a clue from the. We're gonna do Crystal Vision. Let's see if we can get a clue from Crystal Vision's tarot. You might be single, but that might be why you. That could be what the message is telling you. That whatever you're doing, all this giving back, all of this overgiving and mentorship and helping others might be, delaying you from meeting your soulmate, man. A lot older, I did with young boys. Well, let's see what Crystal Vision has said next. Yeah, someone still feeling like, time is running out on connecting. Whether it's you or the person who's been looking at you. And I would say someone is looking at you. Intuitively, I would say someone is looking at you because I have two cards of people looking at each other. In the nurturing card, they're looking at each other. And in the soulmate card, they're looking at each other. So I would say someone is already interested. Moonlight. And let's see. Let me get a card before I say that. Hold on before I use that. The Hierophant. This is about traditions, ways of being, learning. Again, it's about something about learning and teaching, mentorship. Um, yes, I would say yes. He's watching. He's looking. Your soulmate twin flame. I would say yes. They're watching. They're looking. But intuitively, I'm getting that there is a childhood wound that you need to nurture with this card. This card is telling me that there's something about a childhood wound that I think you need to nurture. And I just feel like it goes with this higher thing. There is a belief system that you are under that is not healthy. Old, some old traditions, some old habits, something. And it's time for you to nurture that because it's delaying you from connecting to your soulmate. It's keeping you too busy to be able to connect to your soulmate. And with the time card here, I would still say there you have to wait on divine timing. There's still some work to be done before this comes into you because the time it's the time card and this here gives me the impression of a clock, and so I would say divine timing is at play and it's going to take some time. And the first thing you need to do is heal those childhood wounds, give back to yourself, mentor yourself, gain wisdom. Don't procrastinate on it. Don't delay it any longer. Don't be too busy for it because your soulmate is near. It's only a matter of time. As we know, time is needed. Nobody's friend. It's never any of our friends. So, we have to go ahead and do what we need to do. When we think we have enough time, you know, we don't. When we're trying to rush time, we need more time. If that makes sense. I don't know if it's near as in your state. Um, all I'm just getting is something about timing. It's timing. And like I said, um, you all are looking at each other, whether there's in the 3D or the 5D, y'all are looking at each other. You already feel each other. You already recognize that the energy of the other is near. Let me give you a love oracle card. See what I get. Card I got is loyalty, trusting, reliability, and believing. It's time to trust in this journey, baby. It's time to be as loyal to yourself as a dog would to his owner. It's time to trust that once you nurture yourself in time, you will find your soulmate. But make sure to work on those old, outdated belief systems. Make sure you do the work. Make sure you do the research and learn the lessons. Make sure you shine your own light before you go looking for somebody else's light. Let me go back. That's where it's calling for us to heal being at. When we keep running into, the same type of people, that means that we're repeating the same lesson. We're reaching for the, lessons. We're creating the same lessons that we didn't learn. And so that's the reason why, letting go of those old beliefs and, belief systems and things like that. That's important. So we can change the vibration of the people that we're attracting. Would you like a angel guidance card, or yes, I have a, crystals, crystal inspiration. I have angel guidance. I have goddesses. If you want any one of those, I really appreciate you being here, and I hope my reading resonated or gave you some insight. But delay no longer. Stop procrastinating. Time is ticking. Time is moving with you or without you. Always remember that. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Did you want an oracle? It shouldn't be. It should be motivating. Okay, I'm going to give you an angel guide. I love these cards. They're beautiful. You are more than welcome. More than welcome, G. Thank you. Oh, that's the name. All right. We have joy. Let me see. Look at that beautiful angel. Very pretty. Okay. Joy says, when I feel happy, I manifest more reasons to be happy. This angel reminds you that when we choose happy thoughts and set intentions to live joyfully, we are setting ourselves up for success and contentment in all areas of life. Now, we're getting this card. If you're, I'm inclined to believe that those old traditions that we were talking about with the Hierophant card, um, they must have something to do with your thought process, how you are viewing your past, present, and where you think your future is going. And Spirit is asking for you to find happiness within so you can manifest better results in terms of connecting um with your inner child and also connecting with your soulmate. It's going to be very, very imperative that you do that inner child work and connect with trying to find the joy in your heart and in everything you do. This is needed in order to put you in a position and in alignment for being with your soulmate, if that makes sense. I appreciate the love and healing. I have time for anyone else who would like a reading. Anybody in the background like to step forward and get a reading? I'm open to it. Got some more time on my hand. If my mic is picking up my kids in the background, y'all excuse that. Good to hear. Good to hear. It was really funny earlier. I was like, okay, I'm really doing this. I'm really doing this. Can I really do this? And then I must have got on YouTube and saw your short about confidence. I was like, oh yeah, this was meant. It was meant for me to see this. It's like my universal yes. I don't. I guess they don't. They want to just stay in the background. They don't want you to acknowledge that they're there. I guess that's what it is. I don't know. I'll never understand it. I mean, I've lurked on live before, but I at least like them when I lurk. I at least get a person to like. Because I be feeling bad when they say something about it. So I already go ahead and kill them. Like, well, I don't think I'm gonna get irritated with it per se. I just want to, since I'm new and everything like that, just starting off. Now, maybe later, may get different or something like that. But just starting off, I just want to be welcoming, let them know that, hey, I know, I'm new, you don't know me, haven't seen me read or anything. It doesn't look like I've been here long, but just give me a chance. Just step forward, give me a chance. It's really the only reason why I'm saying anything. You know? It depends on who chat I'm on. Because sometimes I'm just trying to feel the energy of the reader. Cause well, 'cause the thing is, I'm still kind of new to YouTube, so I don't know a lot of readers, and you know what I'm saying. A lot of the readers that I started watching when I came to YouTube, they don't do live. So I'm definitely new to the YouTube live stream, way more newer. So I try to, sometimes I sit back and lurk and, you know what I'm saying, see the vibe in the room, what kind of people be in there, how do they act when people ask them certain questions. I want to know those kind of things, because I don't want to be offensive and I don't want anybody to say anything to me, because I do got a little hair trigger, sometimes, man. I will snap back. So I try to, do it like that. I don't lurk, you know what I'm saying, like for no stalker reason. No. Yeah, shoot, I get the feeling away. I think I might be a little prideful in that kind of a thing or something. I don't know. I'll feel away if I was, sitting around, just stalking. I would feel away. I feel like I'm off track. I'm too far gone. I've been working on myself, a long time. So that'll really be going back some years. That would even be going back into my recent work. That'll be going back into some years ago work. Going against it, so yeah, I'm gonna do it for that purpose. Well, I hope you're gonna change that. I hope you're gonna start going live a lot more as you spread your messages. I mean, what you're doing already is really, really cool. Don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong. What you're doing is really, really cool. But I mean, you have like, you have that little, that beauty thing going on, that privilege. They're gonna flock just because of that. I mean, you could probably be reading, the phone book. Your live probably will fill up. But that's when you put yourself out there in that way. Yeah, you definitely will. You're on your way. Yeah, I believe that too. I believe it takes time. But I will be happy when I'm able to go live on YouTube instead of having to use StreamYard to go. I will be happy to be able to do it like that. And it's just because I think I could operate things a little bit more seamlessly on YouTube Live versus here. Me as well, Moonlight, slowly but surely. Slowly gaining them but surely. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I just want to keep my, original channel just, it's me. I don't want to change anything. I want to have my original channel for when I just want to, step out, just as myself and not, a reader. So that's the only reason. And you will, Moonlight. Just take a little time and try things. Try things. It does not matter, if it don't work out or you feel it or whatever. You're trying them to see what's going to work out. So ain't no sense in getting you getting discouraged when something fails, because if you go into it knowing you're just trying it and not just having no great big expectations for it to just be this end all be all blow up and turn you into a millionaire, you can be patient with the process. Ooh, I love ASMR. Ooh, I love watching people eat, pop pimples, pluck hairs. um, scrape that thing. I don't know. I love that kind of stuff. I just be so intrigued, and so in awe. Like, yes, so soothing. Make sure I check out your channel too, Ethan. I won't tell them, but that's funny. Good ASMR, huh? Without having to change the channel. He's definitely always eating something. I've been wanting to do this since I was like 11 years old. That's when I got my first pet, when I was like 11. But I was kind of intimidated by it. And then, like I said, where I live, everybody was looking all crazy and funny and, things like that. So it kind of just, made me abandon my connection to this. Like I said, I still always, just just naturally, I've always, given intuitive messages and, guidance and just been a listening and nurturing person. It has always been me. So this just feels like, returning home. Yes. That's why I feel like if you ain't got to change the channel, you get both of them in one place. I don't know, just feel like when I'm eating lately, it seems like I get, I wouldn't say full, but I lose my interest in whatever I'm eating quickly. But then I'm hungry again, right behind it. It's like I just don't want to eat anything but bites or something. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So it was hard to even, what I'm saying, even try to, step into that or, or learn about that or any of that or embrace it. It's hard. And like I said, I just abandoned it. And as I grew up, I got into other things and trying to settle down and going to school and all different type of stuff. So, but I don't regret any of that either because, especially going to school, going to psychology and things like that, that helped me to be able to, um, to be able to connect even more and have a greater understanding of these cards. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But it's like after a few bites, I'm like totally uninterested in it. I can't say I'm full because I'm not. But I'm uninterested. I don't care what it is. I could cook it, you could cook it, I could get it from a restaurant. It's just like I'm uninterested in it after a few bites. It's wild. I wish I knew what it was. I'm a foodie. I love to cook and I love to eat. So it's kind of, a little weird for me. I don't know what to do with this. Yeah, I must do. I must need to change my diet or something. I might need to be eating fruits and lots of fruits. It's not like I don't, but I might need to just switch over to like a mostly. 'Cause I don't know if I could even lie and say I could give up meat all the way. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. So if I was to try anything or switch over, I probably have to like do a percentage type of thing, especially to start off. I love meat. So I couldn't be no vegan or no keto diets and things like that. Mhm. Me too. Whatever I feel like looks good and that I want, I'm surely gonna eat it. But even during the barbecue and everything, I just ate a few pieces while I was cooking on the grill, and that was it. After I got through, I went to bed. I came out to sleep so early. That heat had drained me. No, you're not alone on this one, boo. I'm right with you. Trying to figure it out. What is this? I really hope you are excited about your journey ahead because that earlier, yeah, someone else mentioned that too about ascension symptoms. Someone else mentioned that too to me a few weeks ago. It was a female. I can't remember who I was talking to. It was a female. I can remember who it was, so I could call her and ask her more about that. But anyway, I hope you know you're excited about where you're headed, you because those cards earlier, the Ace of Swords and that World card, yeah, that was some real abundant energy right there. If you embrace it, if you do the work, if you do what's being required of you right now, because something is being required of you. And if I look at the second reading, I would say it's that forgiveness and that owning what's valuable and what's important to you. I would say that is the work. That is some of the mental work that's required of you to change your world because you're investigating and calculating and going over something, adding, subtracting, and doing calculus on something, baby. So I'm like, I definitely think you're doing some work. I definitely believe that. So don't think when I'm saying, do work that I'm saying, I'm implying that you're not. The card shows that you are. I just would suggest to just keep on going because it's leading you somewhere. You just got to trust it. Thank you, love. That's where I'm trying, giving this my all. I'm ready to give my all too. 'Cause I enjoy it. I enjoy connecting with people. I enjoy helping people. And like I said, I know that while I'm doing this, I am healing and I'm saying, helping myself, connecting myself, fulfilling myself. Not through nobody else, because I know what it's like, I'm saying? I know what overgiving is like. I just come out of a situation like that where I overgave. Lord did not overgave. Whew. And but it was at the same in the same breath, it was a catalyst to this moment right here. I, the pain and agony that I felt from overgiving and being disappointed. That is what pushed me to this moment right here. Yeah, I can believe it. That's why I said that setting them boundaries is hard. That is not no easy work. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, just saying it and it like, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, do this anymore and it's just done. No, no. Especially when you have been trained to overgive or when you know what I'm saying, allowed yourself to believe that you're giving, you know what I'm saying, is attached to, you know, your value. Baby. That's how we end up out there in that water. And it's kind of pull it back in. That overgiving ain't serving you. It ain't if it's not, you know what I'm saying, producing over results, it's not serving you. It's time to let it go. No matter how hard it is. That's the reason why it's hard because it's trying to give you every force it can give behind it to make you go ahead and change that up. Like I said earlier, you have a choice. You can choose to keep it the same, which is giving your power away. You giving your power away when you're doing it. Or you can choose to take your power back and do the hard but necessary work to set them boundaries. And that's right, and still kick butts. You continue doing just that with them boundaries up too. And they'll be all right. If they meant to be on your journey, hopefully they'll catch up. That's how I look at it. If you were supposed to be on my journey and you was going too slow and I had to leave you behind, all I can say is you better catch up. Because I gotta keep going. I got to go. I can't stay back here with you while you know what I'm saying, you over there, play like you know what I'm saying. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. What? I ain't got time, no. You sit right on over there with you. I don't know what to do. And I'm finna go find me something to do. Supposed to keep you right there with them with it. If you let them, they're ain't after they come back to you, know what I'm saying? You giving yourself red grace. You giving yourself all that stuff you giving them. Because they'll keep you right there while they sit right there and not make no decision. It's okay to love somebody, but you gotta be able to recognize when they ain't ready to make no decision. Now, are you okay with them not being ready to make no decision? Because they gotta matter to you. That's gotta be important. Am I cool sitting right here, you know what I'm saying, while I wait on them to pretend they can finna make a decision? Because that's a lot of times what it be. They be pretending they can agree to make a decision. They have absolutely no, you know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, they have no desire or no real plans on making one. They cool. Exactly. Well, let them be cool with it too. You be cool with it. Shoot, time to rise up. You got so much ahead of you. You got some good stuff coming. What you try? Because you probably did it. You probably didn't try. You probably did it. And you probably just being too hard on yourself. And that's the reason why you're feeling like you tried. Say that again. Not even the sky. Not even the sky. We going past that. It's a new year, new thinking, new possibilities. So why stay stuck in the past? Yeah. If they lifestyle, your lifestyle ain't matching up, ain't no sense of sticking that no way. I believe in giving people time for change. You know what I'm saying? I really, really do. Because I know, we all have, everything is a process. It's a, you know, there's work to do. I get it. But I have to see you working. I gotta actually see you working, not just saying it. I gotta actually see you working. Years, baby. Like I said, that's what I did in the last relationship I was in. I gave up years, so no judgment here for me. I gave up five of them, and all I got is you need to learn how to be more humble. Hmm. If he's stalking me and never listen to my lie, he gonna know that's him that I'm imitating. Which always used to puzzle me because I'm like, I need to be more humble. Because in my head, I attribute, when someone says you need to be more humble to, someone asking for too much, being high maintenance or thinking they're better than anyone. And in all of my years of my life, no one has ever told me that I give off that kind of energy. Never. So I was just so confused the whole time on what that meant. What are you saying? And it wasn't until, you know what I'm saying, recently that I figured out what he was saying was what I was asking for was too much, and I need to humble myself to accept what he was giving. That's when I said earlier, whoever told you, you was arrogant just because you want to be happy and free. That is projection. That's someone trying to humble you and bring you down. They're trying to knock you down a few people. They're trying to make you feel less than who you are. This dude was mad when I would have my affirmations taped to the mirror. That bothered him. Bothered him. I'm not talking about a little bit. I'm talking about a lot. I thought it was a little bit. No, 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 no. It was a lot. That bothered him to see me post little messages about, vibe high or remember, to love yourself or don't take any, don't take any toxicity. Messages like that. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Stuff like that. So, and I was still over giving, steady giving, waiting and hoping for a change that never came. I the one had to change. Not at all. Not wasn't spiritual at all. Not even a little bit. They knew how to, play the role. Not like like deeply spiritual, but they knew how to, give off the impression that they knew some spiritual stuff, and they probably do. They don't live by it at all. My spirituality was threatening them. I never knew. I just recently, like a couple of weeks ago, heard this term spiritual hater, and I was like, wow. Me too, Anna. Amongst other things. But yeah, that too. That's why I love to, amongst other things. Anybody that's annoyed, threatened by you trying to be a better person needs to be left behind. They need to be left behind. Because why would you be threatened by somebody trying to better themselves? Why is someone uplifting themselves making you feel away? Why does it bother you that I'm comforted? So, it sounds like something wrong with that to me. Excuse me. Wow, so sneezing. It's really weird that that would bother someone, but it does. Yeah, yeah. That was another something else, that I was going through with him too. He hated how much because like I've told you all before, in the chats and everything, I was a DJ. So, in my town, lots of people know me, and it's not just because I'm a DJ, it's because of my energy, even the people that didn't even know a thing or never been to anything that I DJed or whatever, I still and when I go out to places, I'm speaking to at least, you know what I'm saying, 10 to 20 people during the time that I'm out. They're always speaking to me. And that's just my energy. And it wasn't a flirtatious thing or anything like that. And I promise you, I would tell you if it was. I wasn't flirting or doing anything. I know how to give it, you know what I'm saying, if I want to, but was none of that. It would just be genuinely your people, be happy to see me, showing me love, and it would bother me. I thank you for your blessings, darling. The wrong button, the little dot way, so I couldn't read all of your message. What you said. The friend would say, "Oh, here she comes, wanting attention." I said, more than likely, what they really wanted to say, what they really meant was, "Here she comes, finna get all the attention, finna take all the attention." That's what they really wanted to say. They was too much of a hater to say that because they wanted to minimize, the attention that you're getting and minimize how confident you feel about when you do get attention. That's what they was going for. If you see it here, yeah, that's what they feel threatened at right there. That's what they feel threatened at. They're making jokes and making everybody feel comfortable and welcome. When I need all the attention on me, how dare you make everybody else feel comfortable and welcome when I want the attention on me? Ooh, how could you have that kind of energy in your body to be mad? It's somebody for being happy or for somebody to be loving and nurturing. Start sharing weird stuff that happened during the day, during that day. Okay. Like I was just saying, I don't see a problem. Oh, he's old. Hmm. They have those traditional mindsets that a woman is supposed to, like they do kids. A woman is supposed to be seen and not heard, kind of thing. Or are you talking about the guy that was stalking you that you had to, that you had to cut off? The one from the bushes. Is that the one? Is this the guy from the bushes? He was just trying to bring you down, baby. He was in competition with you, a friend. I'm so glad you put supposedly at the end of that. I was so glad you put supposedly at the end of it. Yeah, this was someone that was in competition with you, baby. They just said it like that, but that's the first thing came to my mind when I read that. He would say, "I'm making this stuff to get attention." 'Cause to me, that, like I said, that sounds like he wanted attention on you, so we're competing for attention. And there is why he wanted to bring you down a few people because you friend zoned him. That's the reason why these things, stuff like arrogant, those kind of terms were used because you didn't humble yourself to be with him. Hmm. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't like that. He was like, "Oh Lord, so what else to compete with? Damn it!" Oh, poor Tink, poor Tink. Him was just catching it all over the board. That's right, because you supposed to be a prostitute. No, thank you. And that's not the shame if you did let somebody die. But it wasn't for sale for him, so what you look like, a prostitute to him or something? Yeah, my boy ego, feeling, and all that good stuff with her, baby. You heard him. You heard him. He slid down the wall in the shower. He cried in the car. He dropped some tears in his cornflakes, girl. I can believe you don't. See how you establish them boundaries? You can do it again. Just turn, okay, try this. Just turn whoever you need to establish these boundaries with. But I don't know. Like I said, I think it's gonna be a little hard, G. Because I mean, baby, them cards gave me an impression, baby, that you head over heels. I'm just sorry. I'm just telling you, G, the card said now. Remember, the card said. The card said. They gave me the impression that you got some strong feelings there, honey. So I don't know how easy it's going to be to do what I'm going to get ready to say. Like I said earlier, you got to set those boundaries. So you got to set those boundaries. And the best way to set the start of this boundary is for you to put this person, look at them like you looked at, you know what I'm saying, the so-called friend. Look at them, give them those attributes that you gave him that made you put up your boundaries, your gates, and keep him out. Try that. Start finding things about that person. Like I said, if you can, find things about that person where you can look at them with that same type of energy so you can be able to apply the boundaries that you need. You got to replace all that loving, warm, nurturing stuff, your over giving stuff with something else. You got to replace it with something else. Is this about the one you need to forgive yourself for, or the stalker, the old stalker? That I don't want anything to do with him ever again in my life. Because that's a strong statement. I don't know if you there yet, baby. Not trying to encourage you to, continue on, but I just, I still think, you need some more, um, what's the phrase I want to use? I think you need to be awakened some more to, before you can before you could actually mean. I don't want to say before you can say because you can say it all day long. But before you could actually mean it and be ready for that. Yeah, if he left you feeling shattered, I'm sure. Being broken and confused leave me with a bad taste in my mouth too. I don't like this. You got worse this year. Yeah, that's a strong indication that his time is up, or it's a strong indication that change is needed. Something is has to change. Change is imperative if it's starting to get worse. Like I was saying earlier, when a person has served their purpose and their time is up, it's gonna get harder and harder to continue to be around them. Y'all just gonna be, you know what I'm saying, rubbing elbows the wrong way, getting on each other's nerves. It's always gonna be, you know what I'm saying, seeming like, little petty arguments is coming up, and those are indications that, it's time for a change. We either finna fix what's going on here, or we need to, you know what I'm saying, decide to take, you know what I'm saying, a different path. But change is a must when it start getting like that. And honey, you need your power for the stuff you're doing, for your oracle intuitive readings. You need your powers for that. You need your powers for your art. You need your powers for your girls. You need your powers for yourself. Nobody else need to have them. I know that's real. We vibing high, baby. We butterflies, right? Butterflies fly high. Their vibe is naturally high, soaring from flower to flower, nurturing and pollinating as they go. So vibe low, no, 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 no. That's what a snail is. That's what they moving slow is. I know, right? I like to catch them, on my hand. I like to, I like when they land on me, but I really just love when I intentionally catch one. When I held my hand out and intentionally, I just love it. Oh, I never knew that. Oh, wow. I love grapes too. I'm a butterfly. We eat grapes together. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to see that. Definitely. I never knew that. And it's just such a majestic thing to see them fly away. To watch the colors in their wings, the shapes of the different, patterns in their wings. Oh, it's beautiful. Yes, please do, so I can see it. I love to see it. Yes, yes. I have a butterfly. I guess you could call it a statue, but it's wooden that I'm going to put back there in the backdrop back there whenever I find it. I don't remember where I put it. It was like one of the first butterfly things I bought. And I'm going to, do my little crafting to it and have my name on it in the back and, try to use it as doubling as my watermark, for my videos. Is the plan, is the idea I'm going for. And so I'm going to try to make some designs in the wing and everything. And I said, it was like I was just buying so many butterfly things. And my daughter was like, my baby girl, she was like, when she saw that my videos was going up, she said, "What are you gonna call your subscribers?" I was like, "What am I gonna call my subscribers?" I said, "It's too soon for that." I was like, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to give them a name." And I was just, in here, and I just started looking at all of the different, stuff that I had that are butterflies. Like, my logo. I didn't realize that my profile picture looks like a butterfly. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that the paper that I put back there in the background had all those butterflies on it. I had already bought those little butterflies, up there. I had already bought those. I said about the butterfly statue. It's more things. It was just so many things that the butterflies was just prominent, and I was like, butterflies. I was like, my channel is about evolving and what I'm saying, and changing. I was like metamorphosis, and so that's how it all came together. It just was like I said. It just seemed like serendipity. It just seemed like it was meant for it to go this way. See, and you've always been a butterfly. See, I just thought it was just perfect. I'm absolutely loving it. It's, I don't know what I did with it though, but I guess it'll pop up when I need it, because it'll pop up when it's time. I put it like that, not when I need it, but when it's time for me to put it in the bag, it'll pop up. Everything else has been falling into plan accordingly. I'm gonna believe that is too. Oh, your girl sounds just as loving as mine. She got a few more dicks I plan on getting. Then I might stop for a minute. Like I said, I'm gonna get something for the financial debt. Because like I said, I've been reading for a while, but I've never really just done financial reading, per se. So I kind of have to learn how to incorporate, learn how to be able to explain the cards in that financial, from that financial aspect. And so, like I said, I know it's easy to just get some, oracles, and do it like that, but I really want to know the traditional tarot way of reading financially before I get there and incorporate the two, if that makes sense. Yes, ma'am. Full of love, unconditional love. Because when I said we already know we capable of giving unconditional love, so we can give it to ourselves. Start looking for it outside of ourselves. He does what, baby? I'm sorry, I lost. I looked down and looked back up, and the message was there, so I lost whatever thought that was. That's when I said it. I usually follow pretty good. Yes, yes. That's what I was saying earlier. He kind of, gave all of us, some encouragement to get out here and try it. So that's when I said he's gonna have a whole little clan of us in a minute. He's gonna, he's gonna have a whole little clan of us out here, in the spiritual community, and that's a good thing. That shit, I just hope that, somehow, some way, lets him know just how powerful he is and how much, what he does really does have an impact. But sometimes I feel like, I think he thinks that what he does isn't enough, and he tries to push himself to do more. I just, hope that, one day he can feel satisfaction in knowing that he really is, making a difference, and more in the making a difference more in a way that he even realizes that he's doing. I know he knows he's making a difference, but I don't think he thinks he's making as big of a difference as he truly is. But I thank him for, encouraging me too. Like I said, I've had a lot of encouragement along the way. People telling me to go ahead and do it. Like I said, I always have to shout out Ramblin' Mike. I don't know if you know Ramblin' Mike, he's a tarot reader. Ramblin' Mike bitch, and I always have to shout him out because it was like, um, this was, I think this was before I met you guys. Yeah, it's before I met you guys. My mom was trying to encourage me to go ahead and do it. And I still was, no, no, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous and I don't know if I want, deal with all those different energies. And I don't know, if it's going to really, what I'm saying, take my readings because, people don't really, people have certain things they want to hear sometimes. I was like, I don't know. And so the next day I got on Rambling Mike's channel and um, I did something. I can't remember what I did. Posted on his post or something, but I was gifted a deck. And when I was gifted that deck, I was like, this is confirmation that I'm supposed to do this. This is confirmation. So I have to shout him out, as much as possible because I really feel like, even though, I still he didn't do it by the time I met you guys, it still was in the works. It still was stirring in my heart and in my mind. But I have to say that getting that deck from Rambling Mike was like, what I'm saying, 3D confirmation that was outside of, the people that I'm always around, if that makes sense. It's kind of like sometimes, if you think people just be giving you compliments and stuff like that because they care about you, so you don't really know if it's real or not, I guess. You kind of question it sometimes. But so I guess that was, you know, that happening and everything. I felt like, Spirit was operating that moment and that was confirmation for me. Yeah, that's how it starts. That's how it starts. People don't understand how much support means. Just believing in somebody, encouraging somebody. You really can change a person's whole life like this. If you are the right person at the right time to give a person a message, you ain't even got to be the right person. You just have to be the right time. If you can give someone something at the right time, you could possibly change their whole entire life. And that is very, very powerful to me. That we as human beings have that ability to just be a total stranger to someone, not have no connection to them whatsoever, and can drop a piece of knowledge on them that could change the course of their life forever. Oh yeah, I've been on this journey for a long time too. Like I said, I got my first dick when I was 11. I just, strayed away from it, but I always was, what I'm saying, about the journey and the work and putting myself first, forward on, trying to be a better person. That was that I've been doing that a long time. I was doing that before I even knew to call it a spiritual journey. So when I found the turn to know what it is that I've been doing all my life and knew what to call it, I showed up was like, oh yeah, I'm going to continue this. It's been hard too. It's been hard, but I wouldn't change it. I still enjoy it. I still enjoy the. That's what I was talking about earlier when I say, some of us we got to recognize when we are the type of person who requires intensity in our life. I understand now that I can be very stubborn. I can be very, set in my ways if things don't get intense. If things don't get intense for me, I procrastinate, delay, and waste time. But the moment it starts getting intense, oh, I put my shoes on and I'm ready to go to work. I'm showing up and showing out. I'm very glad I met KP too. I'm glad. Because like I said, he's one of the people that gave me confidence, encouraged me, and taught me some along the way. So he'll always be important he'll always be an important factor when I talk about in my future, when I talk about me getting this start, KP, Rambling Mike, um, readings with Shar, those people, and you too as well. You too, because I mean, you're the person that gave my first live reading to, so you'll be part of that story in the future when I get ready to tell it. You all will always be catalysts and main characters when I tell this story of how I started this, and I love that. That's something that can't be changed or taken away. You should feel honored because this is like I said, this is life changing for me. I'm not going to even minimize it, but none of that. This is life changing. Rambling Mike had been telling me for months there is a change coming to your public face. So, like I said, you all being here, you all should feel honored that you all helped me to get right here in this moment. You all should feel honored because we all in this together. Yes, indeed. It is most definitely the time to receive. All that giving and what I'm saying, pushing against what I'm saying, and fighting, trying to struggle for what I'm saying, the norm that we're used to, that's not the time that we in. And everybody that's still trying to fight to hold on and keep, the things the same way they was in the past, that's the reason why they're in the energy that they're in now. That's the reason why they're struggling. You holding on too tight, trying to hold on to stuff that's meant to be letting go. So you can receive. You steady giving. You ain't making no space for you to receive what's due to you. And then once I heard it, I thought, thinking, oh, I gotta let this go because this right here is holding me up from having the space for that to come in. Oh yeah, this got to go. People be around you stopping your blessing. It ain't like they be actually doing anything. And a lot of times that's how we think of. We think people be doing something, behind the scenes, like what I'm saying, keeping us from working, or what I'm saying. We think that those are just the only kind of things that can stop that a person can do to you to stop you from growing financially. Oh, they're keeping me from working. Oh, they taking all my money. Oh, they ain't paying me enough. People always think those are the only ways that somebody can stop your financial blessing. Just being in a certain energy around certain people can drain and stop your financial blessing. Because that nasty energy, that broken and toxic energy that they sitting around there in, that you sitting up in, is rubbing off on you and is messing with your mind, your emotions, your body, and everything. So why wouldn't you think that you being around these people ain't stopping all of your abundance? That is a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. That is so needed in this world. People who support people staying clean, no matter what kind of clean this journey, calls for. That is beautiful. I know that feels good. Yes, yes, I know that feels good. And it's going to continue. You got some change come in your life, so, and they some good change, big change. So, it's going to continue to grow. You're going to continue to make differences in people's lives. And I know some people, you're going to make difference in their lives. It don't stop here. It's going to keep growing and growing. I'm loving the energy, of receiving. Man, I'm tired. I'm tired. All the giving I did, I am tired. So yes, I want to sit back in this receiving mode. Yes, I do. I'm still gonna put in my work, but just my work, not extra work, not they work, my work, and wait on everything that I've been manifesting to come into fruition with a little bit of patience, some divine timing. I have faith that everything I've been manifesting is gonna show up and show out. So ain't no overworking, ain't no more overdoing. I just had to um let somebody I was trying to get acquainted with and started to care about. I had to let them go their separate ways because their energy was too demanding of mine. I couldn't do this. That type of energy was gonna having that much of a demand on my energy was gonna be able to keep me from being able to do what I'm doing now. I had to really, say, hey, I really care about you, but you know, I'm gonna have to accept it. I got to, let you have your distance. I gotta accept it because it's too much. I shouldn't have to be, in a position where I'm feeling like, okay, I can't answer your call right now because you're gonna want to demand too much of my attention no matter what I'm doing. I shouldn't have to feel like that. I should be able to, I'm saying, answer and say, hey, this that going on, and we cool. It shouldn't be, no issues and distance and little, little in the window remarks, that are not direct, but I still can feel the energy. It shouldn't be all that. So if anybody around you is requiring that much of you, of your giving, yeah, you gotta put boundaries up against that. No matter how much it hurts, no matter how lonely you get when you ain't doing, you know what I'm saying, your creative, uh your art therapy, and when you're doing your oracle readings, no matter how bored you get when you're not doing it, you have to leave those people where you know they're supposed to be. And you have to stay where you know you're supposed to be. Because you know what dealing with them requires of you. You already know. That ain't gonna change no time soon. It's not. And the reason why you need to hear that it's not gonna change anytime soon is because it's not supposed to change. If you're gonna deal with that person, you're supposed to deal with them the way they are. Yeah, they don't want to change. That's the reason why. And I said they don't want to, and they're doesn't mean that's how to say it. It's not supposed to because they don't want to. So either you're gonna deal with them the way they are, or you're gonna give yourself enough grace to make your exit. They're not supposed to change because especially because they don't want to. You're supposed to and should. It's like a ego thing. You feeling like they should and supposed. It's like an ego thing. So we can't be there either. We can't be holding judgment on what people should and shouldn't be doing. We kind of got to just make decisions, choices. Can be saying Susie should be better. Then Susie should treat me better than that. You don't have any control over Susie. So you're gonna either accept Susie for who she is, or you're gonna do something better for yourself and move around. Surrender Susie back to the streets or wherever she belongs. If she don't belong in your circle, your vicinity, your energy, release her back to the street. We ain't gonna get caught up on whether or not Susie want to or gonna change. Everybody say we gotta let that go. Nope, that ain't even our business right there. That ain't even important. We in them folks' business, man. We gotta get out them folks' business about whether or not they change or gonna change. We gotta step all the way up out their business. Let them have their business, their deal. But you know what we can do? We can make it our business to make sure we think like you just said. We don't have time for this. I'm finna go ahead on and lick my goddamn wounds, embrace whatever these wounds and this experience was trying to teach me, understand why it was teaching me this, and let it go. Let it fly like the butterfly you are. Because anything less is a mess. You hear that? Anything less is a mess. And we don't do this. Why you call yourself a Pokemon? But you hard to catch. Because I never really watched Pokemon. For all I know, they had the game, Pokemon Go, and they were trying to catch Pokemon, so I don't know. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Hard to catch. Well, Those, those creatures and low vibrational people, they don't need to catch you nowhere. You need to be gone. Ain't swiping, no swiping over here. Gone. Baby bad. Ain't about trying to be called by no miss no more. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I really felt like that situation with that person was, my test, see if I was gonna um start that, that pattern all over again. Start that pattern of, overgiving and, letting other people, be in control of, my energy and things like that. I really felt like that was another test of, to see if I was gonna go down that path again. Because that's an energy that's so familiar to me. I was like, oh yeah, here we go. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna allow this to happen again, or you gonna put a stop to it? The answer is stop, stop. That's the answer. Cause I really want to do what I'm doing. I want to live the way I've been living. That confirmation. I want this. So can't nobody else be trying to get in the way of this. I cannot be letting nobody else get in the way of this, intentionally or unintentionally. Because I really don't think they was intentionally trying to get in the way of this, but just the type of person that they are, that's what it's going to end up being. I truly appreciate that. Oh, thank you. Man, that was just too sweet. Girl, you gonna make me cry. I appreciate it. Very unexpected. Oh, hold on, let me get myself together. Oh, that means a lot. Like I said, that means a lot. The encouragement and everything. I promise y'all, it means a lot. It means so much. Um, the energy that I've been in, I've been feeling the whole time I've been doing this. Is, I promise you, it's better than I could have even imagined. When I was laying up, when I lay up and manifest, yeah, this feeling is past. Is what I've been imagining. What I was imagining feels good, but it feels even better. I put it like that. Might be my kids in the hallway. Well, that's my goal. I promise it's more about that than anything. It's more about helping, like I said, assisting. Like I said, just watching y'all heal while I'm healing is, uh, it can't get no better than it. It really can't. I'm in love with the fact that, you all want to heal too. I'm in love with it. I'm in love with anybody that wants any method. If you want anything, you reaching for any method that you are trying to use to help you be a better person. I love that. I'm glad she did too. I'm glad she gave me a chance to. I hope that she got some messages that will assist her. Like I said, I saw positivity work there, but positivity as well. And I hope she caught that and didn't focus so much on the work because I definitely want her to focus more on the part that it's near me. It's only a matter of time. I want her to hear that part more than anything, and just do the work. We help others heal. Yes, yes, yes. You rise, I rise, we rise. Yes, I'm glad to hear she did. I'm glad that. Because like I said, she gave the cards and everything gave me a really, really good vibe. A really good vibe. I liked it. The energy felt like breezy, like like a nice breeze came through. It was like that, and that's how the cards were moving too. The cards was just moving like easy and breezy. They just slide together so easily. That's when I said what I said about her energy. Ooh, now I got. I'm gonna give you some of these. I got since we were talking about our girls, a couple of years ago, my birthday, my daughters made me a little affirmation pineapple basket. I take flowers and but it's got affirmations in it. I'm gonna pull some affirmations out of here for you and see what affirmation that my daughters wrote come out for you. I'm just taking the flowers out of here. Okay, okay. We got some. I got a handful of them. Okay. They want you to remember this affirmation. I care for others and they care for me. Oh, it's a good one for you. It says, I am a great mother. You deserve that one. This one, ooh, baby, you cannot make this stuff up. This one says, focus on you. But my baby wrote this, so that, that means focus. My baby wrote it. I am a great mother, and I care for others, and they care for me. Yeah, a few more. You are rich in love. We love you, Anna. So true. Your heart is as big and as deep as the ocean. Love that. That goes. That this one can go with the mermaid that you saw earlier. The mermaid card you got earlier. Remember, I am cared for. Look at this. I am nurturing. Oh, these messages are so confirming. I don't know if I don't know if you feel it, baby, but they are so confirming. Oh, come on, focus, focus, focus. It says, your mother is so proud. Oh, gee. You are a blessing. Go forward. Go forward, my love. And I am the it girl. Because you definitely are. Those were the messages from my baby. I think they were totally in line with everything that we've been discussing today. That's good. My mom watched mine too. They have like 150 affirmations in there. It's a lot of them in there. Yes, indeed. Yes, I received the messages too. That's so awesome. Let's see, I got three viewers. Somebody else y'all want to read in before I get out of here? I got some time to hang around. They definitely were. Like I said, I claim that. I claim that. Yes, I do. Yes, we do. And so that's funny when that was I told them, and it probably still is to this day, that that's the best gift that they've ever given me. Excuse me. It's about 2 or 3 years ago, and I really didn't realize how much they were paying attention to my spiritual journey until they gave me that, and I was like, oh yes, they're watching. They're watching. I'm doing good. It's awesome. Yes, they do. I love them so much too. My youngest is probably just on pins and needles right now because she can't run down the hallway and play with the kitten because I'm on live right now. She's just so loud. She doesn't know how to use her inside voice. Yeah. I don't try to make them be silent or anything. I try to let them be kids. Hey, we moms have to make choices. We have to make choices, and we make whatever choice that we think is the best one. To make sure we give these babies the best lives that we could give them. Baby, you better come up off of it. You better go live. That's right. You will find it. Set that intention. Yes, you will. It's time to start. Time to start. You know what I'm saying? Making a plan, budgeting it out, getting it together. Setting the time aside, getting your energy and preparation for it. Because seeing, and traveling, exploring the world, and making memories and all that, will expand what you're doing as well. It's going to expand your craft. It's going to add, new layers to it. So you definitely got to do that. And they're right to tell you to go out. 222 on the clock. Ain't like up here 2 hours. Oh wow, it doesn't feel like it. It feels good. Yes, baby. Yes, you deserve it. If you put your life on hold for them girls and got them out of there, got them out the house safe and sound into their own lives, you deserve to go out and live some and, spread your wings like the butterfly you are and go see the world. You're not in the cocoon no more, boo boo. You're not trapped in that cocoon anymore. You can fly wherever you want to. They got to put it in the plan to put it in motion, manifest it while you work towards it. I'm glad you came to, and I'm so excited about it being healing for you. That, like I said, everything that you've done for me today, from everything, sharing my live and the comments and everything, you have really, encouraged me to really believe in this, to really feel like I can do this, you know, live. And not just give the messages, just record. I'm still gonna do the recording thing and everything like that with my short messages. But I didn't think I was gonna do live, but after these last few days, I really have a lot of confidence to continue this. It's growing. It's growing just like slowly, just like the channel growing. It's growing. My confidence is growing too, and I take both. But I'm not gonna hold you any longer. I'm gonna get off and probably record some content for later on for the midnight people. That way my daughter can feel like she can run and play for a minute. That's right, because like I said earlier, anytime you are competing, you're really just competing with yourself because you really do not have the control over nobody else's reality. You only have control over yours. Yeah, you can, what I'm saying, come and, disrupt and, distract and cause some delays and things like that. But if something is still meant for a person, it's just meant for a person. And so if there's no reason for anybody to feel like they need to compete, 'cause, I mean, there's space out here for everybody. And, I mean, we're supposed to be working together to heal and, what I'm saying, change the world anyway. So why compete against it? Why feel the need to compete? When that's what we all supposed to be doing. One love, one consciousness, oneness. I love that. I love that. That is healing to me. So I'm not gonna be worried about, the competition or any of that, especially not coming out the door. Not especially not right now. No, I'm not gonna the support is all I'm really concerned about. That support gonna mean so much. It means more to me. You know, I'm not gonna lie, like I ain't no like I don't have an ego, like what I'm saying. If I started losing subscribers, it would bother me. Yeah, that of course that would. But as far as trying to compete, trying to do something a certain way, or trying to stop somebody else from doing something, I ain't gonna even worry about that. You definitely be more gracious to yourself. I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing to nothing, but definitely be more gracious to yourself because that grace belongs to you. God gives grace, and we are, God. We are of God. So that grace is a gift that you can keep on giving to yourself. That's right. That's right. Everybody ain't gonna be the same. Everybody has a different way of looking at stuff, different, talents, different ideas, different methods of, going about the same thing. Well, I'm glad it did. I'm glad it did because, like I said, it just felt so real, so true to me and what I'm trying to do, the movement. And I was like, this is it. I have to go this way. I really, really have to go this way. I have to lean towards these butterflies. They speaking to me. Yes, yes. The small spark of the whole, and even that small spark has an effect on that whole. So no matter how big your spark is, no matter how small it is compared to someone else's, it's still a part of the whole, and it's still going to have the effect that it's meant to have. Can nobody stop that or take away that from you, no matter what they think they done. The divine is always right on time. Beautiful revelation. And I wouldn't have it no other way than divine time. Hmm. Because you get stuff too fast and before you're ready, you mess it up. Divine timing gives you time to prepare, gives you time for preparation. Hmm. I love it. I do. But I am going to go right now. So I can, like I said, I got some things I need to try to do. And then I might be back later on. I might just be back later on. I might, be too excited and can't go to sleep. And so if you're up and you catch me up, you're welcome back. Harry, whenever you want me to. But I'm gonna wrap this up. And as I always say, my healing is your healing, and your healing is my healing. So let's transform together. Welcome to your metamorphosis, butterflies. And until next time, you all have a great, blessed, and wonderful rest of your night. I'll be looking for them, Alan.